Well, join me, Marcus, as I walk to the pub. Well, today's walk. Today I'm walking from Porthcawl Pier along the seafront and the Wales coast path up to the old Prince of Wales pub in Kenfig. And as usual, I'll show you my route, and below there's going to be a map of my walk as well. I can't believe the sun's out. It's been raining nearly every day this week. So, back to today's walk. It's about 5 miles, or just under 5 miles in length. That's 8 kilometres. It's pretty flat most of the way. The only obstacle really, when you get to Kenfig Nature Reserve, it gets a bit sandy, and I do go cross country there, and there's a few small hills. But basically, that's it. So I'm starting here at Porthcawl Pier. I'll put the coordinates in the description below as well, but you can't really miss it. Look at the size of the thing. I'm also just below the old Coast Guard lookout station. Parking. If you're driving to Porthcawl, you can park on the streets, but if you can't find a space there, there's plenty of car parks in the town. Anyway, before the rain comes again, let's get started. Look who's over there, waiting patiently for me. It's Melissa. Say hello, Mel. You're joining me for the first time on Marcus Walks.
Hello, Mel.
How do you feel?
Okay.
Okay. Are you coming all the way? Or Mrs.?
Probably not.
I don't blame you. She's been waiting patiently for me when I've been doing the intro. So I think she's walking some of the way up to Rest Bay, aren't you?
Yes, to the cafe.
So this walk is really easy to follow. It's basically along the seafront and the Wales coast path up to Rest Bay, straight past Rest Bay to Kenfig Dunes. It gets slightly more difficult when you get to the dunes, but even that's quite easy, to be honest. Places to stop. Well, there's cafes here on the seafront. There's one up at Rest Bay, but after that, you're on your own then until you get to the Prince of Wales pub. It's nice to have company for a change. So Mel, are you enjoying one of my scintillating adventures?
It's a very nice day today.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Yes. By the way, on my other channel, Fly Drive Explore, recently I made a video on my favourite beaches in Porthcawl. So I'll link that below as well. Shameless plug there. Well, for all you runners, this first part of the route along the promenade is the route of the weekly park run up to Rest Bay and back. Well, this shelter marks the end of the promenade. You can either choose to go over the common, Lock's Common that way, or up the Wales coast path itself, and that's where we're going. There's just one hill as you walk to Rest Bay, just as you go over Lochs Common. Once you're over, it's down then to Rest Bay itself, and it's flat along the boardwalk to Sker Point.
I enjoyed the one at Burton.
Oh, cheers, thanks. We've just been recognised, Mel.
I know.
In a good way.
I know. Is it always
The fame of it. So pretty soon you get to Rest Bay, and from there it's really easy to follow the path. There's a boardwalk to the left of Royal Porthcawl Golf Club, which goes along the beach. And we follow that all the way to Sker Point. Let's all give a wave to the Porthcawl road train. Here it comes. Ready? Well, we've reached Rest Bay.
Yes.
And this is where I say goodbye to Melissa.
Oh.
Well, a kiss. On camera.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to continue.
Okay.
And you're going to have a nice cup of tea.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, bye.
Off I go. Bye. You're coming with me. We've got at least another 3 miles to go yet. What I have noticed, some menacing black clouds over the rest home over there. Hopefully it won't rain. That's the Royal Porthcawl Golf Club. We'll be walking past the first few holes on our path. We've got a sign here, danger, flying golf balls. So the sun's gone in. I don't know. It looks like it could be raining on the hills over Margam. But it looks okay here at the moment. Fingers crossed. So the last bay you get to before Sker Point is known as Pink Bay, because the rocks are all a shade of pink. If you want to see more of the beaches, I mentioned that video I made on Fly Drive Explore. I mentioned that earlier. Check that out, link below. My favourite beaches and bays around Porthcawl. So as you walk down here, you'll be able to see Sker House, the old yellow building, manor house, on the point over there. So we continue along the footpath and keeping the sea to our left, heading past Sker Point. Some good news, the sun's back out. That cloud's blown over. The thing is with this area, there's no shelter at all if it does rain. So when you get to Sker Point, the boardwalk runs out and you go through this gate, then you're on the grass. So at this point, the sea's on your left and Sker House is directly to your right. Even though the sun's out, it's really low in the sky, and there's a funny, well, Sker always has it, a funny sort of a wild atmosphere. Whenever I walk it, you feel you're going back in time. Well, you follow the path around about 100 yards past the Coast Guard hut over there. Unfortunately, the path by the sea itself, there's been a lot of coastal erosion, so you have to go inland a few yards. Have a look at this erosion over here. The path did go over there, but it's only a 30-second diversion behind the dune. So just past the Coast Guard hut, you look west down the coast path towards Port Talbot. You can see a white sign that says no motorbikes. Head towards that sign. It's about 100 yards away. So there's the metal sign, and just before it is a path inland, and that's what we take. So there's the sign down here. So what you can do now is follow this sand path, and it takes you all the way to the Kenfig Nature Reserve car park. But there is a shorter route that cuts over the dunes themselves. If you look at the map, you can see. So you can either make the choice, follow this all the way around, or cut across. On this trip, I'm cutting across. I apologise for the shadows. The sun is really low. It's only 1 o'clock. I don't know if you can see the post there. That's the footpath that takes you to the car park. But I'm going up this route here. So I've now rejoined the path I diverted from earlier, and this takes us up to the Kenfig Nature Reserve car park. At this point you can go either way, up there or over there, but this is the quickest one to the car park itself. You now meet the main road, and it's about 500 yards down the road to the Prince. I was going to address this at the end of the video, but seeing that I'm going past the bus stop, on the way back you can either walk, get somebody to pick you up after a few pints, or you used to be able to get the bus. The 63B used to run through here, and I'm in an old bus stop. But looking, I think it stopped. If you know if the bus is still running, I looked it up, old bus companies, and on Google Maps, and all the sites said there was no service from here to Porthcawl. Is that correct? Just to recap, that's the Kenfig Nature Reserve in the sun, and we head down that way to the left. And there it is, coming up on the right. The Prince of Wales Kenfig. Looks busy. It's Christmas week. So I've made it from Porthcawl Pier to the Prince of Wales pub. Unfortunately, there's no bus service, and Mel's not going to pick me up, so I have to walk all the way back. Anyway, it's been a really nice day, so enough moaning. So until next time, remember, keep walking. And I'll see you in another video coming up shortly. Bye.